All right, you're welcome back. We're going to be switching things now up, and we're going to be talking about made in Nigeria products. It's something that's starting to catch a lot of steam across the country, you know, with people trying to be pro-Nigeria, especially in these times when we have no forex to import things anymore. I've been with me two special guests who are going to be talking about this with me. Awal Bawa, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having
me. And of course, Adedeji Alebi also, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Awal, let's start with you now, and talking made in Nigeria, and you know the need to patronize things that we grow and produce here. There almost seems to be a fiat now, sort of a movement for people to do that, and there's people who have said these things need to happen naturally. When you force it, it may not necessarily work. Are we going about it the wrong way?
No, because first of all, it being forced might take it to another level where it is not supposed to get to. For instance, like entrepreneurship on its own takes time. So you need to start from a small place, know your worth, know what you're doing. You need to pay attention to the production process of what you're doing. When you pay attention to the production process, then you know how fast you can go, how fast you can grow, and how fast every other thing will grow.
What's your take on that? Are we doing about it the wrong way? Are we letting things happen naturally now? Because it looks like I said, importation is now expensive for Nigerians. So this is the other option. So we're hearing a lot of this talk from senators, from people in government saying, "No, you must buy Nigerian," and they're banning things as against letting things happen naturally.
I do feel that we have to really look inwards. It goes beyond just hashtags and the campaign itself. I do believe that first we have to look at Made in Nigeria as an industry on its own, considering that the opportunities in that sector is quite very abound. More like we have to look into production, job creation, and then diversification. So I do believe that when we have an understanding of how far we can go with Made in Nigeria, not just as a mantra, but as part of our economic process, then we'll begin to have a more bigger trajectory in that regard for growth and development.
What are some of the things that we should be looking at now? Because, I mean, even if we're going to buy Nigerian, it's not everything that we produce here.
True.
You know, what are some of the things we should focus on first that maybe we can... I mean, we said we found out, some of us found out recently that even matches we didn't produce here in the past. So what are some of the things we should start looking at concretely, you know, to drive this movement?
I think we should be looking at agriculture, mining. Those parts actually bring in a lot more income than people think. Like for me, for instance, I'm into production of gold and silver jewelries from scratch. Actually get gold from scratch and produce it from scratch. People actually don't know how much you get off it. They think it's something that, okay, there's one thing with Nigerians that they believe that if Nigerians believe in quality, Nigeria believes in quality and beauty. If you have this quality and beauty, then Nigerians will definitely buy your this thing.
Regardless of where it's from.
Regardless of where it is from.
So let's talk about you now. You say you're into gold. Are you a miner or you're just...
I'm not a miner, actually.
Okay,
I actually get raw gold and silver, and then I work with it from scratch.
So you refine gold?
Yeah, I refine gold, basically.
Okay. Where are you based?
Where am I based?
Yeah.
Ikoyi.
Okay, so how do you get your products? And do you get them from Nigeria?
No, I don't buy them from Nigeria. That's the only thing. I don't get them from Nigeria. I have to buy them outside the country.
Why is that? I thought I heard the Kaduna State governor say we have more gold in Kaduna than all of South Africa. Is it that mining here isn't working yet, or you just can't access it? What exactly is your problem?
I think it's the accessment. Accessing it is an issue.
Okay, so are you in touch with miners? What are you getting a feel of going forward?
I am not in touch with miners. I actually don't know how to communicate or how to get in touch with miners.
That's very strange. So there's a mining industry in Nigeria?
There is.
What sorts of things are very popular with them? Do they mine gold, or what is the thing now in mining in Nigeria?
What is the thing now in mining?
What do you get a sense of from people, or you're not in touch with them? Why is that? Because you don't want to?
Not that I do not want to. I do not know where or how to communicate with them or where to get to them.
Okay. Are you mining as well?
Not
no, he's not.
What are you?
He did Made in Nigeria project, which basically seeks to redefine narratives about Nigeria.
Okay.
More about believing in local content, indigenous manufacturing, and all of those stuff. So our initiative seeks to create platforms where people understand Nigeria's growth trajectory. More like these are the opportunities that are abound in agriculture, ICT. We can do a whole lot with ICT and tech, considering how much talent we've got in abundance. And I do believe that there has to be a synergy between the executive and legislative policies. Now, there's been a review of the 2007 Procurement Act for Made in Nigeria. Last week, it's passed the second reading. So I do believe that we're on the right path going forward. So we have to begin to synergize and look really into what we can do with Made in Nigeria. It goes beyond just driving the narrative. It's more about what are we doing to complement all of these efforts, because at every point each government comes to say that this is there's never been any policy direction, so to say. There's never been any like now we're looking to have government's commitment towards, say, a policy trust. So we're looking to, as a result of our conference and exhibition, bring stakeholders together to say that, okay, what is government doing as regards trade and investment? What is government doing as regards empowerment? Because if you look at Nigeria today, we really do not have empowerment platforms. For example, you look at UWIN, for example. UWIN was to empower entrepreneurs. But then again, how then do you measure traction with all of these things? For example, this present administration just launched a 10 billion naira yes fund. Now, how many young entrepreneurs that are into locally made in Nigeria products and services can access this fund? What is government doing towards aiding export? What is government doing towards aiding business registration and all of? So there are a lot of factors that we have to really consider before we begin to really brandish Made in Nigeria, Made in Nigeria. I do believe that we have to really come together. You reach out to the major stakeholders. What is Innocent doing? Innocent, how can we help you grow your business? Are your products, are you deriving some of your product materials from Nigeria? Is it 100% made in Nigeria as it is said about? So for us, it's an ongoing conversation, but it doesn't end with hashtags, getting people to buy Nigerian and all of those
listening to him talk, you hear, I'm sure you come across a lot of entrepreneurs like him who have these sort of problems, who, like he said, doesn't even know how to access some of these things. There are people also in farming who have their own issues as well. How do we get to encourage people then to become entrepreneurs and, produce things in Nigeria when things like this are the case?
There has to be a very good environment for young people to venture into entrepreneurship. Because really, when we look at some of the challenges faced, I think most are related to government policies. They're not so encouraging. And then we have to look at issues bordering on, say, power, infrastructure, transportation. If I'm a Made in Nigeria stakeholder, I'm looking to promote Made in Nigeria goods and services. For example, if I own an industrial textile facility, for example, how do I power my equipment? There's no power. So we have to really organize, say, a stakeholders forum where the real stakeholders would come, sit down, and look at some of these issues. What is the government doing towards aiding transportation, power, electricity, grants, loans, and all of these things? So for me, you could have a bank of industry, you could have a bank of agriculture, you could have a trade and ministry that would come and really say that, okay, this is what we're doing, this is our policy trust, this is what we're doing differently this time. So it goes beyond just a mantra, Made in Nigeria. Everybody now is caught up in the frenzy, Made in Nigeria. But what are we really doing towards synergizing efforts, complementing legislative arm, corporate Nigeria? So it really doesn't just end with online promotions, campaign, and whatever. It really goes beyond that. So we really need to empower stakeholders that are really looking to promote Made in Nigeria.
I understand you talk about policy and government and all of that, but is that all there is to the issue? Is it just government policy? What are the entrepreneurs doing wrong? What are Nigerians doing wrong? Or what are Nigerians not doing?
I think what we are doing wrong is reorientation. First, people have a different mindset to what Made in Nigeria really is. You have to believe in the brand before you identify with that brand. Made in Nigeria wouldn't resonate with me if I don't believe in Nigeria. So it has to do with, to start with National Orientation Agency, you have to begin to inculcate that belief, that confidence, because investors will not come when even Nigerians don't buy Nigerian, that sort of a thing. And then they are on the entrepreneurs part, most of us do not really brand some of these things nicely. There's a platform now, min.ng. It's an e-commerce platform. You need to really visit that site to know what's up in Made in Nigeria. Like, it really resonates with me such that I couldn't just express my joy at what I saw on the platform. So for me, we really have to look into how sure can I be able to confidently say that your suit is not just okay, but I can wear it for, say, 1 year conveniently. So, like he said, well, we're caught up with the frenzy of, okay, I like your suit, where is it made from? Then again, how about the quality? How about the longevity? So, for me, it really goes beyond just brandishing Made in Nigeria. Yeah. It really we have to look more inwards into packaging, quality, service, and all of these things put together. So,
I want to know, besides the fact that, I mean, you're not able to access these things in Nigeria, what are some of the biggest challenges you face as a business owner, as a young business owner? What are some of the biggest problems or issues you come across every day?
First thing is marketing.
Okay.
The thing about Nigeria, the thing about entrepreneurs in Nigeria is some of them do not actually know how to market their product or service. That is why we came up with something on our own program that we're handling. Under it, there's an exhibition, and the exhibition, we do it in a way that it is a win-win situation for everyone involved, where the first part, we make exhibitors provide discounts for their products and services, but we keep in mind that at the same time, not every product or service can give a discount, so it is optional. Secondly, apart from the discount, the other thing is the production. After the production, then some other things.
Yeah. We're going to take a quick break now. When we come back, we'll talk more about this exhibition that you just mentioned and, of course, round up our conversation. Please stay with us.